if you don't listen to the Flurry Sports podcast with Zach and Jake on Sundays. There's been something that's constantly come up about the Americans doing nothing. That is 3-on-3 basketball. We have Robbie Hummel,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think Zach Bruner was the alternate. I can't be sure, but I think he
I'm
was.
letting people know I have 2 good ACLs. I can score more than Robbie Hummel. I can promise you.
Now, let me tell you something. Robbie Hummel isn't good, but you know who's been posting a lot of good videos this offseason? Yelling on dudes at the YMCA? Devin Funchess. And if we're going to throw out a guy with no ACL, you might as well put out a guy who is jacked, has 2 knees, can jump, and gets height. And that is somebody that America can stand behind, not an analyst who played like 40 years ago.
So if you guys are constructing your 3-on-3 team for Packers, who's in it?
I have that exactly, including Devin Funchess in it. So the second one for me was a no-brainer. I just think Devontae Adams needs to be on there. Footwork, and I know he's a good basketball player. The third one, I knew I wanted a wide receiver, and I wasn't 100% sure who I wanted to do. I went with Alan Lazard. I think I know he's a pretty good high school basketball player, and I think he's way more athletic overall than the other wide receivers. Like, I know Valdez-Scantling is fast, but that's about it. And then EQ can barely stand up straight without hurting something. So I think he's obvious choice for me.
I would go Funchess, obviously. He's the captain, right? Devontae Adams, that's also a no-brainer. 3-on-3 basketball, though, you need good defense, right? Because you can't do help defense. You can't get away with that in 5v5. So a guy that I can see actually being a dog on defense in that as well is Alexander, a guy that will just lock you down. Offensively, probably brings you nothing, but that's what Devontae Adams and Devin Funchess are for.
See, I was thinking
I view Alexander as like a Patrick Beverly. Like, he's not going to score a single point.
But 3-on-3, hey, if you hurt one of the other players, guess what? They got nobody left. So that's a win.
I was thinking someone that you kind of need some paint defense in 3-on-3 because it's easy to blow by, like you said, Trevor. Not a lot of help. So I'm thinking of like a big, kind of athletic defensive lineman, maybe kind of going back to Kenny Clark a little bit. You could just have TJ Slayton just standing there and clog up the paint because we're only playing half court, so he's not running very far. So,
or hey, Elton Jenkins, he can play every position on the offensive line. I'm sure he can play multiple positions in 3-on-3 basketball. And Elton Jenkins at point guard is, I think, something that Americans need to see.
Maybe. I think Mercedes Lewis could probably move on the basketball court pretty good too. And he's like, every time I see him, I feel like he's listed 2 inches taller than the last time I saw him. So he's probably like 6'9" at this point. He doesn't really need to move. Just put his hands up.
He can't really move any slower than Brooke Lopez. So
he proved that you don't need footwork to win an NBA championship.